I think the effects of failures and setbacks are starting to show up. That tall wall I had built so that neither I nor anyone else would see my weaknesses suddenly cracked. And this overwhelming force is now hitting me straight in the face. Right now, I'm constantly struggling with the feeling of weakness, one of my biggest fears. By itself, I don't think having weaknesses is such a big problem. After all, we all have some. But to really feel it and let it interfere in your work can truly be paralyzing. Something must be done about it. This is Nipa Podcast and welcome to Nipa Podcast. This is episode 14, The Paralyzing Weakness. Go! You know those moments when suddenly you feel like you just can't go on? You don't have any particular illness, your body isn't exhausted, but a strange kind of weakness takes over that makes even the simplest tasks feel impossible. This weakness is often tied to an old memory, those very failures when you fell down, and ever since, you've told yourself, I'm not the kind of person who can. I don't have the ability. Something very important in psychology comes into play. Our brain is built for survival, not for growth. Its main job isn't to make us happy or successful. It just wants to make sure we don't get hurt again. That's why when we fail once or get rejected, or embarrass ourselves in public, the brain stores that moment like a scar. The next time we face a similar situation, even if years have passed, the brain immediately sends an alarm. Don't go again. You'll suffer. This state is what psychology calls avoidant behavior. Your subconscious wants to protect you, but in reality, it imprisons you. A paralyzing weakness is often just a protection illusion, as if your brain is saying, I'll stop you, so you won't get hurt again. And why is this damn thing so powerful? Because it connects to what psychologists call memory consolidation. Negative experiences get stored in long-term memory much faster and deeper. That's why you may have 100 good experiences, but one heavy failure can overshadow all of it. Let me make it more clear with an example. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, admitted in her famous 2008 Harvard speech that she had failed on an extraordinary scale before succeeding. She explained how she was unemployed, divorced, a single mother, and saw no future ahead. She could have easily stayed paralyzed right there, never picking up a pen again. But Rowling's difference was that she realized a paralyzing weakness is just a signal, not the truth. She even said in that speech, yes, a bit cliche, that failure taught her things success never could. But it truly takes courage to walk straight into that feeling instead of running away and pull something valuable out of it. I can't leave out Winston Churchill either. He called his depression the black dog. In his memoirs and in Martin Gilbert's biography, Churchill, A Life, we see how often he suffered from his paralyzing feeling. But the interesting part is, Churchill didn't try to destroy it. He said, I learned to walk with my black dog. He accepted that weakness as part of himself, living in a sort of peaceful coexistence with it. Now, let's come back to our own paralyzing weakness and where it really comes from. 1. From the scars of memory. Each time we fail, the brain puts a danger tag on that situation. 2. From negative predictions of the future. The brain is designed to anticipate danger before it happens, so it assumes the same pain will repeat. 3. From the brain's faulty defense system. It thinks it's protecting us by stopping us, but it's only paralyzing us. It feels like an inner war between two parts of the brain, one that wants to grow and one that wants to protect. And often, the protective part wins. That's why a person may suddenly feel weak and incapable even when nothing external is wrong. The truth is, a past still alive in our minds, showing itself again and again as weakness. So, the real question is, what should we do with this paralyzing weakness? Because the reality is, we have all felt it at some point in our lives. The difference is, some people let it imprison them, others learn to live with it, and some even turn it into fuel. The first step is to recognize that this weakness isn't a real enemy. It's just a message. Your brain is trying to protect you, but its method is flawed. Psychologists call this cognitive distortion. Your mind twisting reality to convince you not to act. So the first step is awareness. Name it. This is my weakness, not my truth. One powerful method that appears in many books is exposure therapy. Instead of running away, we gradually and carefully expose ourselves to the very thing we fear. Dr. David Barlow, in his Clinical Handbook of Psychological Disorders, shows that gradual exposure lowers the brain's intensity of response over time. Simply put, every time you face the fear and don't die, your brain learns. Okay, maybe it wasn't that dangerous. Take Elizabeth Gilbert, author of Eat, Pray, Love. In her 2009 TED Talk, she admitted that after the massive success of her book, she experienced mental paralysis. Every line she wrote, she heard a voice saying, "You're going to fail." Her solution? Daily exposure. She sat at her desk and wrote every day, even when she was sure she was writing garbage. That consistency gradually weakened her paralyzing weakness. Another method is acceptance, proposed by psychologist Dr. David Hayes, founder of ACT, Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, in his 2005 book, Get Out of Your Mind and Into Your Life. The idea is, instead of fighting the feeling of weakness, just let it be. Like Churchill said, walk with your black dog. When we accept weakness as a natural part of the human experience, it stops being so terrifying. Our main problem is trying to destroy every negative feeling, and that resistance only gives it more power. And finally, a very practical technique, breaking tasks into small steps. In behavioral psychology, this is called behavioral activation. Research shows that when you divide a big task into small chunks and just take the first step, the initial paralysis fades, simply because the brain fears the whole task more than it fears the first step. So to summarize the solutions, 1. Recognize it and name it. Weakness is not your truth, just a mental distortion. 2. Gradual exposure. Face the things you fear, step by step. 3. Acceptance. Don't fight it, let it be, and coexist. 4. Break tasks down. Don't think about the whole journey. Just take the first step. And the thread connecting all these methods is this: act, even in the presence of weakness. None of these promise to erase it forever, but they weaken its power so that you're the one in control of your life, not your weakness. Thank you so much for listening. Please, if you like this episode, share it with others. And it would be an honor if you followed us on social media. You can find all episodes of the Nipa Podcast on our website at nipa.academy. NIPA.academy. Last but not least, take care of yourselves, especially in this strange and challenging time. Much love. Go!